Hi there, I'm Diane Callahan, developmental editor and YouTuber quotidian writer, and I'm here with the lovely Hero Bowen, the
Hello.
co-author of Wish Taker and Wish Hunter and just 1,000 other books, which is only a slight exaggeration. So, yes, and I think we wanted to start off by just doing a really fun magical writer Q&A because I want to know you. I want to just like understand all your quirks and weird things. Yes. So much. So I have a list of how many questions? 14 questions for you. So we're gonna go through it all. Okay, you
Let's
ready?
go. I'm ready.
You're ready.
I'm
Okay.
ready.
So I got a softball question for you is if you could live in any fantasy world, which would it be?
Um, Probably the His Dark Materials world.
Yeah, that would be very
Yeah,
cool. Well, then
that would
what would
be.
your demon be then?
You see, now when I was a kid, I used to think it was pronounced like Damon, and I was just like, yeah, because I was like, oh, it's a little A and an E. Yeah, but I don't know what it would be. Like that's the hard part. It's like, well, what would you want them to stay as? You know, when they like stay one way. I think it would probably be like a mouse or something, or like I know people
Cute.
choose something really cool, but like or like a bat,
A bat. Oh, a bat's a
like a
very good one too.
yeah, like a fruit bat or something, because they're like super
Yes.
cute
And then it
flying
would like
fox.
hang from the ceiling for you. Yeah, and
Yeah,
fly around with
yeah.
you. I think that would be very cute. And
I
it
feel
has to
like it.
be
Oh god.
no, no, no. Is it like representative of your
Yeah,
personality almost? Yeah.
I feel like a bat is like my soul creature. It's just like when it's done with everything, it just turns upside down, folds itself in, and it's like, nope, I'm asleep now. But
That's a good one.
yeah, I think a bat, a fruit bat.
Very good. I love that.
Yeah.
It's a good answer.
Yeah, and it's
So
just a
this
cool world as well.
it is a cool world, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah, and it's very although it's a little dark at times, like
yeah,
ripping the fabric of reality and
yeah.
yeah.
And then it's like tragic. I think it's the first time I ever cried at a book was
Oh.
the Amber Spyglass.
Oh.
With the bench. I don't want to ruin it for anyone, but the bench in the garden. I'm like,
But
but
I
yeah,
think I think something really interesting about that series too is that it's Philip Pullman always said it's not really a children's series. It's really
yeah,
like a for adults. But
yeah.
yeah, and I think that's part of it. It is a very
Yeah.
mature series at the end of it. But we're
Sometimes
like,
when I feel bad about like reviews, I'll go, I'll go and look at his books because there's people who hate it.
yes,
Like, because everyone's, personal choice. There's people who hate it, and I'm just like, well, it's a masterpiece. So if he can be getting like 3-star reviews or whatever, I'm like, I'm fine. I'm fine.
yes, exactly. I think that's actually really excellent advice for writers in general because I
Yeah,
do the same thing. Like, go to your
yeah,
favorite books, read all the 1-star reviews, and just how
yeah,
petty and how wrong they are. And
yeah.
it's
Exactly,
really it's
exactly.
very, very comforting. That is, yes, the best. But yeah, this does segue well into the next question, which is what mythical creature best represents your personality?
I don't know if a bat counts. A bat's not really. Well,
Mythical.
like a vampire bat, I guess.
A
Like
bit
the one that
that
explodes.
makes it
A person
mythical.
explodes into bat. But that would be handy to have, though. I just want to get out of a social situation, just explode into that.
Yes.
Um, I know there was one. There was like a. I need to read the description because it's quite amusing. It's called an anchor bird.
Mm.
It's from like Arabic mythology, Arabian mythology. And it says is a large, mysterious, or fabulous female bird. She's said to fly far away and only appear once in ages. And I was like,
Wow.
that's quite good because I do just disappear and then I
Wow.
come back and I'm like, here's all this.
Yes, that is true.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
so wait, is it like a half woman, half bird, or what does it
No,
look
it's
like?
just like
A bird.
a big fabulous bird
A big
apparently. But
fabulous bird.
yeah, there's like a strange little painting of one. But it also can mean where is it? Calamity. And I feel like I catastrophize quite a lot. So I'm just like, yeah, that's me.
I like that you
Mysterious,
yeah.
fabulous, calamitous.
Yes, oh my gosh, that's so good. Like, that's, like,
Yeah,
on your seal
yeah.
for yourself,
Mysterious,
yes.
fabulous, calamitous. Yeah, that's me.
I love that so much.
Mm.
Oh. But yes, so my third question for you is what food is so good it's probably magical?
Like any French pastry, but like from France. You have to like it has to be from France. Any bakery, boulangerie, or patisserie. It's just heavenly. Like I don't know what magic they put into it, but it's like perfect every time. I don't think I've ever had a bad pastry while in France. Ever. So good.
I'm so
So
jealous.
good.
How do you pronounce the millefeuille? Like the
Millefeuille.
yes, thank you.
Millefeuille. Yeah.
Yes.
1,000 layers.
Yes,
Or
that's what
1,000
I like.
like sheets of paper, I think it is actually, but like foil. Yeah, but
Yes,
1,000
it's
sheets.
delicious.
It's
Yes,
so
I
good.
think you'd use that phrase one time. I don't remember if it was in Wish Hunter or Wish Taker, and I'm not sure if we
Yeah.
kept it in there, but I know
Probably not.
I've definitely seen you use it in some context. So
Yeah. A millefeuille of calamity.
yes. Ah, wow, it's beautiful. That sounds delicious. That's like the everything bagel from Everything Everywhere All at Once. It's in the same
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
category, mythical food.
Magical millefeuille.
Yes. Oh, please write that story for me right now. Okay, but I love that. I love magical food, so it's like one of my favorite tropes. So,
Yeah. Or like elderberry, which is not magical and is
mm.
in fact English.
Yes, your elderberry cordial. It is
Yeah.
just. Ah.
Just juice.
But so my next question is: would you rather have mind reading or invisibility, and why?
Invisibility, but for one purpose and one purpose only, which is to travel.
Oh,
Because it's so expensive. And what if you're invisible? You could just like sneak onto the plane. You probably won't be able to sit down, but you could just like stand for 12 hours or whatever, or just like tuck in and out, which is probably quite illegal. But travel is so expensive, but it's just something that I want to do more of. So, like, just for that, invisibility.
that's so good. I know I should have given you a teleportation option, and
Yeah,
then it would
that
be
would have been
easy.
easier. Yeah,
Yes.
instead of standing for 12 hours, completely invisible.
Mhm. Yes. Well, the invisibility would be useful because you could go to places after dark and things. Like you can go to the
Yeah. Yeah,
museums when
like
nobody
stuff
else
like
is there.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically all the illegal things.
Yes.
Like
All
just
of them.
sneaking into places at night, travel, all that kind of thing.
That's
Yeah.
good. That's a good
Yeah.
answer.
Hmm.
Okay. And then, what is the best line you've ever come up with that got cut? It's probably by me.
So many. Well, look, like this is the thing, I can't remember any specifically, but like I remember there was one thing I wrote, I don't think you cut. I don't think you would have cut it, but it was just I talked about Schadenfreude in it, and there was like a comment saying like readers won't understand what this means.
Yes, I
And
remember
I
that
was
because
like, yeah,
because I edited that. So this was when
yeah,
this is pre-Story Garden we worked together, and
yeah,
so that was on a book that you wrote and I edited, and then we had a beta
yeah,
reader that said that because I
yeah,
that has stuck in my head forever
yeah,
too,
yeah.
where I was like, well, maybe readers should look up some words that they don't know, and who doesn't know what Schadenfreude is? There's a whole song about
Yeah.
it, like.
I know,
Oh
I
yeah.
know. And it's an interesting enough word that if it's not familiar to you, you just go, "Oh, well, I wanna see what that means," and then be like, "This word is immense. I'm gonna use this from now on." Like,
Yes. Oh my
yeah.
gosh.
And
That's
then
exactly.
I can't really remember any specific lines or anything. Like, I think there was one line that I was glad got kept in, which was cut and then got put back in, um, which was in the first book when I was, like, insistent on it being potato artillery. I was like, I
Yes.
really want it to be potato artillery. I don't like, I'm putting my foot down on this one tiny little thing. I just like, I love the visuals of it. So, yeah.
Yes, yes. For context for the readers, I'm pretty sure it's because it's Basha, who's the old matronly grandmother of the house, and that
Mm.
she's shooting away. Is it birds or like squirrels or
I
just
think it's,
visitors?
yeah, like pigeons and things
Yeah,
on
from
the
the garden.
fountain. She's like,
Yes, and that just sounds like a very Polish thing to do for some
yeah,
reason.
yeah.
But there's that. There's been a lot of things that people have been like, "Oh, cut this," and I'm like, "No."
It's staying. It's staying. I get
Yeah,
final. Oh, you get final say.
yeah, I know I do. I sometimes I ignore everybody else. This is me on this. So, but for Wish Taker, there was that I kept in all the there's this whole section about the Chevy Nova that
Yeah.
happens early on in the book, and I kept all that stuff. So I think we our other editor recommended cutting it because it is a long book, but I was like, you know what? I love this scene. I'm going to keep
Yeah.
it. It's in
Yeah.
character.
I think
Will
that's what
stay.
I put a little comment saying, "I leave it up to you, but I like it."
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's always, message to the writers out there. It is, keep the things that you really love, and like who cares what other people
Yeah.
think a little bit. Like you have to keep some things for yourself. I think that's part
Yeah.
of it. Yeah,
Yeah. Oh,
exactly.
getting rid of the bulldog. That I was sad about, but
I
that was
know.
so niche. That was
I
so
I know, but you're like, this was all this research that you put in for the
no,
midnight of yeah, the
whatever it's called,
garden
the
garden of
Garden of
yeah, the
Midnight in the
garden.
Garden of Good and Evil.
Thank you very
There we
much.
go.
Yes, so that was a reference to that book that's set in
Yeah.
Savannah, and then we ended up cutting that.
The
But
bulldog
yes,
did it.
yes, the bulldog did it. Really did. Oh, okay. Sorry, we're getting deep into the
Yeah, I
weeds.
know,
It's like
I
these are
know.
all the details that we remember from these books.
Yeah, yeah.
So what is the weirdest place you've ever sat down to write?
In a bathtub in Dubai.
That that's like the best answer. I don't think I even have
Yeah.
a cool answer for that. But like, so how did you end up in a
Well,
bathtub?
so it was the time in which I was like, I can't take a break ever because I have so much pressure to get this. This wasn't Story Garden. This is I have so much pressure to get this done on time. Um, and so I took my work with me on this holiday. It was for my like birthday with my mum. Um, I hadn't got anything done because I was on holiday. So like at night, I think it was about midnight. I was just like, well, I don't want to wake my mum up. So I just took my laptop into the bathroom, sat in the bath because it was the only like level place, and then just like did about 4 hours of work in the bathtub.
Oh my gosh,
An
bless
empty
you. That's
bathtub. It
oh,
was an empty bathtub as well.
that would have been like extra. Yeah, that would have been interesting. Was it for a shared client or a different client?
A shared client.
For ours?
Yeah.
Yes. No, they were like
No.
they always made it sound like they were really hard deadlines, and I think they just did that to try to work people because yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
In hindsight, I know that, but like at
At
the
the
time, I
time
was
when
like,
you're
yeah,
yes,
because
when
I
you're desperate for work.
got a lot of basically comments that I was replaceable, which also made me think like, well, if I don't get it done on time, if I ask for a raise, this blah 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 blah, they're just
Yeah.
going to replace me, and I enjoyed the work, so I was like, I'll just get it done then.
I
I'll just get
know,
it
yeah.
done.
I know. I received similar threats. This was not a good client for us, and their empire has fallen, and I enjoy watching it fall. So this is all the freelancers everywhere can feel vindicated. I get
Freedom!
freedom. Yes, it's so good. Oh,
Oh man, what a
that's
palaver.
amazing.
Anyway, but yeah.
Okay, so speaking this goes to that too. What is the most difficult work you've ever done as a writer, and what was the easiest?
Timescale wise, definitely the people we were talking about.
Hmm.
Um, but in terms of actually getting it written, it's definitely Wish Taker.
That's what I was
Just
gonna
the
do
sheer
too.
size of it, like, because it was bigger than it is now. Um, yeah, that was just, but worth it, worth it. It was just the big, like, what was it, 200,000 words?
It
Just over
was
200,000 words.
yes, but now it's 146,000 readers. I think I might have
More
gotten it
respect.
sort of down like 145. It's like under that. So
Yeah,
see, it's a respectable length
yeah,
now.
yeah,
It's
definitely.
very tight. It's and also the feedback we've gotten is that the pacing is great, which is like I always feel good about. So even though it's a long book,
Yeah,
it is well paced. So
yeah, you won't feel
yes.
feel the length, as it
Yeah, so
were.
there's just a lot of plot in it. That's
Yeah,
all. It's
yeah,
like
yeah,
it's like two books in one book. So
yeah. But I would say that just for getting it done, like getting it finished, but worth it, 100% worth it, definitely.
and then the easiest book for you.
Um, so I write a lot of romance. I ghostwrite a lot of romance books, and they're just. It's not that I don't put effort into them. It's that I know the steps, I know the
Mhm.
points, like I could do, like in my sleep. Not that I could write it in my sleep, but like I know the beats to hit,
Mhm.
and they follow a formula. So yeah,
Yes.
yeah, they're the
So
easiest.
yeah, so any romance book. So if you need Hero for a quick romance job, just hit her up. She'll have it done within the week.
Any
It'll be
kind of
great.
romance.
And what is the first thing that comes to mind when you think of the Savannah River series, which is Wish Hunter, Wish Taker?
For some reason, it's just like a Spanish moth.
Yes,
I'm
right?
obsessed with Spanish moth. I love it. I'm obsessed with it. It's just like, I think that's the epitome of
It's,
Savannah,
it
Spanish moth.
it
But it's the
is.
South in general.
Mhm.
It's just, just think it's really beautiful and gothic but I don't know. Otherwise, our baby, I guess.
Maybe it
Our
is.
mutually carried and gestated baby. And
That's such an image.
there's one triplet left.
Yes, there's one triplet left that we
Yeah,
must birth. I
yeah,
think this one will be easier than the second one.
yeah.
So that will
There's
be.
two have come through the birth canal.
I
There's
know
only one left.
the firstborn, and then there was C-section, the third one. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yes.
I'm
No.
delirious.
It's very good. This is why I reduced Hero to after subjecting her to wish taker edits. Uh, but have you ever earned a wish, i.e., saved a life? So for those
Hmm.
who haven't read the series, that's if you
Oh yeah.
save a life, you earn a wish, and that's how the magic system works in part.
Um.
Or have you
When
known
I
anybody that saved a life?
Well, my sister's a doctor, so she's probably banked quite a few wishes.
Mhm.
Um. As for me, when I was a teenager, I helped a man who was having a heart attack, and
Wow,
we got the ambulance there, and he lived. So I guess maybe I've got a wish
you got a
banked
wish.
somewhere.
You do.
Yeah,
You just
yeah,
need to spend that wish. That's very good. Good for
yeah.
you.
Thank you,
A
thank
good
you.
deed. Ah,
Yeah.
and so what would you wish for with your wish if you had one?
The weird one. There's two actually. One is to be able to speak and understand every language in the world.
Yes.
That's quite a complex one.
Mhm.
And the other one is I would wish to know what happens when we die because I think that dictates how you then live your life.
Yes, yes, and see that's the central question of no, okay, of the things
Yeah.
I really like writing about that too. I like writing about death and the afterlife and those
Yeah.
questions of things and
Yeah.
there is quite a bit of that in Wish Taker that's like yeah,
Yeah. It's
explores those questions without
the
trying
great
to answer them.
unanswered. Yeah, that's
Mhm.
the thing. It's nobody knows. So I would want to know so that I can
Yes.
live my life accordingly.
Good, got the right answer, done
Yeah.
and dusted.
Yeah.
Yes. In the world of Wish Hunter, what's a wish given power you'd love to see?
This is quite a difficult one. Um, oh, someone who can wish to pull the heart secret out of anyone.
Oh, yeah, see, I wonder if that would work because I don't know how the
Yeah,
like. I'm just trying to think of our own
I know
parameters for how
that would screw us.
because
That whole
you can't do things that allow you to get more wishes. So that might be therefore,
yeah,
but like I think we have ones that will tell you how many maybe wishing
yeah,
slots people have. So it's yeah, so it's kind of there are things to prevent people from wishing for more wishes or
yeah.
obtaining more, but like, Miles has his
Like
finding wish and that's could
yeah,
allows you to find wishes.
yeah. It's
So
like if
hmm,
worded correctly, I think it could work. It'd
yes.
just be like to be able to pull, or just to pull secrets out of somebody because then that's
Yes.
bypassing it. You know.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Secrets out of people. I'm writing this down for future books. Yes, and no, I think it's good. So it's really yeah, the wishing world has those interesting constraints, and I can see how you're trying to game the system essentially.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
No
It's
monkey's paw here. No,
mhm.
no, no.
Mm. Okay, so if you had a nickname like all the people the wishing world do, so what would it be? And for the viewers who are unfamiliar, like the main character, Wish Hunter, she has Clover Eyes is a name she came up with for herself. There's somebody named Black Hat,
Yeah.
Valhalla, Calypso, Folgers.
I don't know, it'd be something stupid like secret squirrel or something.
Secret Squirrel, and
Secret
that's what we
squirrel.
call you Squirrel.
Or like
Squirrel.
I like squirrel. What do you say? Squirrel.
Yeah, Squirrel.
Yeah.
Uh,
Sounded
I
like
love the
a
British.
GPS. Squirrel. Turn right.
Oh, sorry, I have our timer for our meeting, but we are already in our meeting. Okay. There we go. Okay.
Oh yeah, time zones. Or something like silver tongue, or I don't
Silver
know.
tongue.
Yeah,
Yes, I do
something
love
to do with
silver tongue.
words.
I did actually have a character in a different book that had silver tongue, so now I
Yeah.
want to reuse that because I do like the two-word ones.
Yeah, they're
Absolutely. I
great.
do I do kind of want to use High Roller was one I wanted to use, and I think that was a
Yeah,
character we cut because it was
he's
stupid,
gone.
but I like High Roller as a nickname though. 'Cause yeah, that's like a Vegas kind of reference. And
Mm.
I had to cut a part that was talking about what Kalina and Grace's nicknames were. So for those who have read the
Yeah.
first book, like this is like a little behind the scenes trivia. So yeah, because for Kalina, her nickname was Prada, like the devil wears
Yeah.
Prada. And then for Grace is Sweet Tea or
Sweet
Sweetie.
tea, sweetie.
Yes, so
Yeah,
those are little ones we like cut from the book, but like
yeah,
they exist in the canon in my
they
head.
do.
So yes. Okay. Another wish taker question for you.
Mhm.
Are you team Kalina or team Basha? Or like who is the lesser of two evils is what this question is.
Oh, I could dissect that for hours because it's so much cause and effect. Like you can't one's not bad without the other one,
Mhm.
and you wonder what path Kalina would have gone on if not for you know. But
Yes.
then you also do have to take into account like personal responsibility, and you don't have to be that way. I
Mhm.
mean, yes, it's she could have at
Yes.
any moment she could have gone, no, you know what? I'm gonna be a decent human being. I'm not gonna be I'm not gonna let it bother me or get over it. Or therapy. She could have had therapy,
Yeah.
you know?
Mhm.
So Kalina probably in the end.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it's also because we see her do a lot more terrible things in
Yeah.
real time versus like
Yeah.
Basha's things are a lot in the past, to
Yeah.
some degree. But
And her oh no, that's spoilers. I was
I
gonna say
know, right?
I was like,
Yeah.
oh my god, I was
There's
about to
some, yeah, because there's
give
stuff
you
in
it
book.
all.
Oh, I'm excited for book three because I have some ideas. You're gonna be
Nice,
excited
nice.
for yeah, especially with Kalina. There's a lot that explains her. You know, we get back more backstory
Yeah,
too. So,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
excited for that. And I had been at one point interested in doing like a short story that's about Kalina pre Wish Hunter.
Yeah,
You know, but I don't
little
know if we'll
spin-off.
ever. Uh huh. But okay, my last question for you is what songs are at the top of your writing playlist?
So I only ever write to instrumental
Yes,
because
I
the
agree.
words unless it's I also write to foreign music. So like I
Mm,
listen to a lot of French music because I do sort of understand it, but I can put it to the background kind of thing. So a lot of like Lara Fabian, it's like older
nice.
French ones or um something like that, but instrumentals. Max Richter, um, Ludovico Einaudi, probably butchering all these names. Fernando Velasquez, um, Joseph Trapanese. They're the ones I listen to the most, and it's like on my
Oh,
Spotify,
France.
end of year thing. It was
Yes.
like I was like the top percent, like 0.01% of listeners for one of them. I was like, oh well,
Oh
it's the
my
one
god.
who did the Luca soundtrack. Can't remember who that
Oh,
was, but
yes.
that music's really good to write to because it's sort of bouncier. It's like,
Yes.
come on, come on.
Ah.
But Max Richter, I have to be careful with because it makes me cry.
Oh.
So
So
I have
what
like
you're
a no, go on.
you'll know if you're writing like a very emotional scene, just listen to that
Yeah,
on a loop and then yeah.
yeah. Because like strings have like I immediately cry. Like it doesn't matter what the song is. If there's strings, I just immediately like well up. It's like a sort of physical reaction to it. But there's a song of his called "On the Nature of Daylight," and that just gets me every time.
Oh,
I'm like, I need to avoid that
yes.
one if it's a happy scene.
I will
I just
absolutely
like,
listen to that. There's another song, "Life and Death" by Paul Cardall. That's like from
mm,
Lost. That's another very
yeah,
tearjerker, sad song. But yes, I
yeah,
love orchestral stuff too. It's
yeah,
really great for that.
definitely, definitely.
Oh my gosh, it's wonderful. And a Wish Taker and Witch Hunter both have Spotify playlists, which I'll put in the description. So yes, this was It's a really great Q&A. It's great to have you back on the channel. So
Thank you for having
yes.
me.
Oh my gosh. And the Witch Hunter ebook is free to download currently. And the second one is out in ebook, and both will be available in print. And the first book is also available as an audiobook. But yeah, so that's awesome. And we'll have, yeah, we have a Wish Killer, the third book we are working on, and we will have out soon. It will be a complete series, complete trilogy for
Yeah,
your enjoyment, dear readers.
definitely.
Yes, and we'll see you next time in our story garden.